Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be continuing to talk about Barcelona's 6-0 victory over Valencia yesterday. It was a fantastic performance from Barcelona. We're going to be looking at the quotes from Hansi Flick, from Marc Casadó, from the star of the night, Fermín López, and then as we're talking about some injury updates in regards to Frenkie de Jong as Lamine Yamal. As Barcelona, this Thursday, we will be playing our first UCL game of the new season against Newcastle away. Are they going to be able to play in that match, or are they unfortunately going to be absent? But before I get started on the video, guys, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. But as always, guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's talk about Hansi Flick. Let's look at those quotes, in the press conference, in the post-match press conference, in which he talked about Barcelona's performance. He said, "From the start, we did what I wanted, and I'm very happy. It wasn't just Fermín. Everyone was in their place, and they did what they had to do at all times. From the start, I'm very happy. For me, it's always a team thing. That's what we want to do." And I'll give praise to Barcelona because Hansi Flick, he touched it right there. It wasn't only Fermín López who, he was the star of the night. He was, key in getting Barcelona, the victory. But the entire team overall, individually and collectively, played amazing. You had some great goals. You had some fantastic sequences of play. The defending was on point. Joan Garcia, he didn't really have much to do when he was called upon. When he was, receiving the ball and asked to distribute, he played absolutely fantastically well with the ball on his feet. And that is what Hansi Flick he was asking for. We know how, in the game against Rayo, Barcelona, they weren't at 100%. It wasn't the performance that Barcelona they wanted to put in. And Hansi Flick, he was very critical about the team. And, looking at those words, the team responded today. The team responded. They put in a great performance. We did start slow. We did create multiple chances. But Barcelona, they grew into the game. And with the individual brilliance of the players, that allowed Barcelona to propel to victory. And when we talk about Fermín López, one of the key players in the match of yesterday's match, Fermín López, when we talk about his reflection on the match, he says it was a difficult match at the start, but the whole team played at their best. And you notice how in that second sentence, it was the whole team, because that is what Barcelona, they did do. At the start, it was very frustrating. Valencia, they were limiting Barcelona. We had our chances. Ferran, Koundé, they had their opportunities to, increase the lead and to basically get Barcelona the goals needed to end off the game. But unfortunately, it didn't happen until the second half, really. And that's when Barcelona, they absolutely smashed Valencia. Fermín López talks about the assist he received from Ferran. He says, "I understand Ferran very well. He gave me a good assist, and I was able to help the team." And that assist, it wasn't just only a good assist. It was a world-class pass from Ferran. And at first, I was thinking, was that done on purpose by Ferran, or was it just, luck? But when you look at the replay, that was calculated by Ferran. He saw the run from Fermín into space. He laid it off brilliantly, and that's when Fermín, when he was into space, in speed, in the transition, he was able just to have a nice clean finish and beating the goalkeeper with pace and power. And when we talk about his performances in these type of matches, he has recorded 6 goals and 2 assists in 4 matches against Valencia so far. And it seems Valencia, it's Fermín's favorite opponent. In the second match, he picked up 2 goals and 2 assists. And in this latest match, he just picked up a brace. Fermín López seemingly being, a nightmare for Valencia. And Fermín López, he talks about, the whole transfer saga. And, it's crazy to believe that Chelsea, they put in a 40 million euro offer for Fermín. When you're looking at the quality that Fermín has, you're thinking, it's an absolute joke of an offer. Barcelona, they shouldn't be even considering that. And Fermín López, he repays that with confidence and just shows how good of a player he is. In regards to that transfer saga, the rumors, he says, "I never had any doubts. There's always speculation, but I've always wanted to be here, and I'll fight to stay here for many years. News is part of football. I was very calm and happy to be there. So it seems his head wasn't turned whatsoever in regards to those offers from abroad. We're being honest, it was some crazy offers. But moving on now, guys, I do want to be talking about the Marks. I want to be talking about Marc Bernal and in regards to Marc Casadó, because Marc Casadó, he played brilliantly yesterday. We know how Barcelona last season, the best period of football that we did play was when we saw Marc Casadó in the team, and he, followed up on that. He followed up on last season's performances. He played absolutely brilliantly, and he's most likely going to be starting against Newcastle in this upcoming midweek fixture. He spoke about our performance. He says the team has performed very defensively and offensively. The team knew how to move the ball well, and Valencia didn't have many chances, and that's 100% the case. Barcelona, we were moving the ball well, we were creating chances, we were limiting Valencia, and we're being honest, Joan Garcia, he didn't really have much to do, and he's going to have a very, very big test to come up, this upcoming week. And I absolutely cannot wait to see what is an amazing player. And just like with Fermín, it's crazy how there were offers for Marc Casadó for only 30 million euros. When you're thinking about his quality of players, he could easily be going for double that amount of money. But when we talk about one Marc, we have to also talk about the other Marc in Marc Bernal, because yesterday he returned from that year-long injury in which it kept him out for a significant period of time. That ACL injury, he returned, he received a standing ovation from the fans, and he had an instant impact. He was able to assist Robert Lewandowski for his brace, and you saw the impact that he had as soon as he came onto the field, and the excitement that he was able to generate. Marc Bernal, he talks about his return. He says, "I'm very happy. Everyone has congratulated me. It's been a very hard road because you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But my teammates help me. I've been thinking of my family, my teammates, and Borja, the physio who has suffered even more than I have." And I just absolutely cannot wait to see more of Marc Bernal. And obviously, we're going to be, taking it slow with him. I don't think he's going to be playing minutes, in this upcoming midweek fixture against Newcastle. I would be very surprised if he is involved in that game. I more see him involved in Barcelona's weekend match in La Liga. I do see some more involvement in regards to that. Just because, the game against Newcastle is going to be very, very intense. And we don't know if Marc Bernal is going to be up to speed to be playing that type of match. We'll see. But I have nothing but confidence in regards to his abilities to perform in these next upcoming weeks. I want to be keeping an eye on him, and I want to see him involved more often. When we talk about, that game against Newcastle, guys, I want to be giving you guys some updates in regards to Frenkie de Jong and Lamine Yamal. Because Frenkie de Jong, he did train with the group, and there's a feeling that he will be able to play against Newcastle. It's most likely that Marc Casadó is going to be starting for that match, and Frenkie de Jong is going to be coming off from the bench. When we talk about, Lamine Yamal, the same thing cannot be said in regards to the Spaniard. It seems that Lamine Yamal, even though he's improving, he's recovering from that pain, the current feeling is that he's now going to be ready, and he is ruled out for that match against Newcastle. Barcelona, they're going to be cautious, they're going to be monitoring him. But as it seems right now, he's most likely not going to be involved. And there shouldn't be any risk taken in regards to Lamine. He's going to be available for the weekend, and if not, for the game after. And he's a player that we want to be making sure is at 100%. We know how Spain, they're not really taking care of our players. You saw how even though he was on painkillers, he was involved in the match, which is absolutely ridiculous. But we want to see our best players healthy and at 100%. And if that means Lamine Yamal has to, sit this one out, by all means. It's not going to be the end of the world. And you have Rafinha, who also played well, and Marcus Rashford alongside him on both flanks. Rashford out on the left, Rafinha on the right. And when you have the energy from Fermín and, most likely going to be Lewandowski, I think that is an attack that can harm Newcastle a lot. And in that back line, guys, I would just want to briefly give a shout out to to Eric Garcia and Ngo Garcia, as both players were absolutely super, super solid. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Hansi Flick decides to field that back line. You could see the inclusion of Ronald Araujo, but, with Eric Garcia starting every single game so far, it's going to be very difficult for Hansi Flick to take him out of the lineup, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's an interesting discussion of what we'll be having in these next upcoming days. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys make of everything discussed in today's video? Barcelona absolutely destroyed Valencia. You saw us perform really, really well, and we're going to be building up towards that game against Newcastle. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in regards to the performances of Fermín López and the other amazing Barcelona players. Barcelona respond to Hansi Flick's desire to improve the intensity and get the results that we much needed. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Wow.